Earthside.
Very rough today, there's a lot of wind, very rough water. But when the tides change, you'll see a lot of low spots. Alternatively, you've got some of the erosion on the dunes, or you've got the white sand where you can find a lot of coins and sometimes rings, but mainly junk. So we like to concentrate on these areas after the big storms where everything gathers up in little groups and pockets where the rips are and the low spots.
You can see how windy it is today. We've just had a massive storm. We're on low tide and you can see where the wet sand meets the dry sand. It's often a good spot to check. Also if you can see any low spots or at the back of dunes. I'm going to dig it up live on camera to see what we got. That stuffed it.
I'm actually in big trouble here and I nearly dropped a very expensive metal detector in salt water.
Look at that hole. I am absolutely buggered and I'm dying to know what I've got. So here we go, guys. Might be.
Wow, look at beautiful. It's like platinum.
Hold it, get a camera of her holding it. Go. Did I find that live on camera or not?
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's platinum.
Is it platinum?
Yeah, platinum. Gorgeous.
Thank you.
And fill up the hole.
Did you find something?
Oh, yeah.
You found a ring?
Yeah.
Well done.
These areas here is actually beneath all that water, there's lots of low spots and they'll only be revealed on low tide. This area here, this grassy area around the trees, the council protects this area so you don't want to be digging holes here. But there is definitely low spots out there where all the heavier gold items appear. You can't see it now, I'll show you on the low tide.
As you can see, on the low tide, the place looks completely different. Often caught amongst those rocks are rings, sometimes fishing sinkers too, but rings give off a much bigger signal so you can discriminate between the two. And in this spot, the most likely place to find a ring is right there.
It's a good idea to keep a lookout for fresh erosion as you could find lots of coins and jewellery and maybe some junk as well.
Now on the low tide, if you look really carefully, you'll see there are some low spots. And these are often the best places to go detecting on the low tide, particularly after a storm.
Sometimes these areas are only found by trial and error.
What I'll do is what I wanted to show everybody here is one of the targets that I found, and this is just proof that things sit on the top here. You don't need a special detector. I seen it with my eyes and I thought it was like the inside of a bit of a bottle top, like a little plastic bit. I waved the detector over and the trigger and I thought, oh yeah, that's cool. But anyway, focus the camera on that. I already know what it is, but that's exactly how it is. I have not touched it. A silver coin.
Yeah, point to it again.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it, but I'm not sure I can see it on the camera. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, you little beauty.
That's sitting there on the top. Doesn't even look like it's seen much salt water. What date is she?
It's a very old shilling.
1914. No, 1940. That's actually a nice, pleasant find, being not like it. I don't need to clean it.
Yeah, so there's old stuff here if we find any old jewellery.
Yeah, that's, yeah, I like old jewellery, old stuff.
Last time we were here, we found a gold and silver Harley Davidson ring right in that spot there.
Right there. That'd be white gold too, because look how shiny it is.
It's been in there a while, so yeah, it's got to be.
That's heavy as all hell. It's yellow gold. That's a heavy little sucker.
Give us a look.
You can see, the little thing about white gold, right, is a lot of the times they can be rhodium plated or they can just be done in white gold. The highest carat they can do is 18 carat as far as I'm aware. And you can see how the yellowish is starting to come through. That's because it's been in the water for a long time, and chances are the rhodium plating has come on, is wearing off, and you can see the yellow
18 carat and above always come out in perfect condition, or near perfect. Then
got something.
to top that off, out came a genuine handmade ruby ring.
Oh, I love this. I never thought I'd top my last couple of outings out, and I think I've just done it. The hat is over 10 grams. It's at least 18 carat.
Holy
and
shit!
Look at the bloody size of that.
Holy mackerel!
Yeah.
That's
Look at the salt water's done to it. It's knocked it off colour so much. Let's see if she's got a hallmark. Yeah, she's hallmarked. Handmade! it's hallmarked handmade.
Give us a look. Holy shit! That's a good one. That one. Handmade. It's probably pure gold too.
I think so. It's holy
What a
dooly.
ripper!
Look at it.
Hang on.
That's over the top, my God. Look at that. I can't see it. Look at the cut on the stone. Can you see the angles on the inside?
Yeah.
The cuts? That would be like an apprentice jeweler's. Huh. 9H 10K. Have you got this on film?
Yeah.
It's 10 carat. Oh, look at the colour running through the back of the stone. I've never
Funny,
found
I was just being a little bit negative. I said that it happens when you least expect it, or when you're just about ready to give up. Haven't come out with the best attitude today. Haven't had the best week. But you know what? Digging that out of that hole, and you know what? The standard coil wouldn't have found that. That was really, really deep. Have a look at this little baby.
Oh, that's an old one too.
Ooh,
That's
ooh,
antique.
baby.
Oh, it's
That's what I'm
solid.
looking for.
My goodness.
That's an antique.
It's a solid one.
And you know, it's got a beautiful pattern on the front of it. Look at that. Have a close look.
Oh, wow, that's been in the water for a while.
Yeah. That's why we're here today, to
Yeah,
find some of the
well.
antiques.
That'll clean up really nice.
She's a heavy one.
That's from the dates of the early settlers. I know this area here had a lot of settlers.
Yeah, without putting the bridge in it, please.
Yeah.
I don't like giving away too many of those spots. That was very deep though. That was, God, how big could I say it was? See, it's all collapsing in on itself now. It was about that deep. Yeah, about that deep.
Yeah, that's about 1.5 feet deep.
Went to about the top of that. How deep did we work out that is? This one's not
About 15 inches, so.
15 inches is a strong sound. Instead of giving a sharp sound, this is an interesting tip that I've noticed with all the detectors we've got. Instead of giving a sharp sound, which like a small sinker, or even a large sinker sometimes do, it gave a broad one. I actually thought it was a Coke can. It gave a really broad signal. It's like it was that long. So all that green stuff around it gave it a nice reactive sort of a, magnetic field down there. And it really put off a really large signal. I could have gone another 5-10 inches on that.
That was actually found on a black clay bottom. And here is what it looks like, all cleaned up and polished. And sinkers.
Have a little look around.
But the perception that the area has little history or gold has been well and truly shattered.
That's the beach just there.
That's looking really good. That's what we're here to find. Hopefully there's some heavy stuff. You ready?
Yeah.
Alright guys, as you can tell, I've probably got a bit of a smile on my face. The tide's going down a little bit. I sweeped over the top of here before and I was just getting sort of light things, pull tabs and a bit of a spoon sort of thing. Then out popped this and I thought, okay, pretty cool. Nice little silver, maybe white gold. It's got a bit of weight to it. Earring. I thought, alright, cool. Really want to get in there just past those breakers. So I might go get the underwater detector and go hit it. But then, the next thing I dug up, and I'm quite surprised that this big coil to pick this out too, because it's pretty nice.
She's definitely white gold, 18 carat. Oh, I should. Oh, come up here. I'm not supposed to get this. Yeah, and please don't get your PIs wet like that if they're not designed to go in the water. It's a silly thing to do. But anyway, it is stamped. It's got a, wow, 2013. It's only old. It is stamped.
Don't read out any inscription, just read out the stamp.
Oh, PT 1000.
Oh, you're kidding.
Platinum with diamonds.
Oh, you are
PT
kidding.
1000, that'd be platinum.
Oh,
I can't believe it.
Platinum with diamonds.
Yeah, and she does. She's probably at least 5 grams, and can't even fit it in my pinky. Look at that. Can't even fit it in my pinky.